It's a very premium market in spirits, both on Scotch whisky and on Baijiu. We play at a very premium end, so it's very profitable.
Well, I'll look forward to a bottle of that in around 20 years' time, if I'm still around. Well, the easing of restrictions comes as we're starting to see more shoots of recovery for the aviation industry. EasyJet says the UK's move to scrap COVID travel tests has coincided with a rise in bookings. Well, this morning, the airline reported its results for the final 3 months of 2021. EasyJet said that Omicron caused its load factor, which is a measure of how well it fills its planes, to fall to 67% in December. However, EasyJet halved headline pre-tax losses during the quarter to £213 million. Well, that was down from losses of £423 million in the same period a year earlier. EasyJet expects disruption from Omicron to linger somewhat, but has said its flight programme will ramp up from just 50% of 2019 levels in January to near pre-pandemic levels between July and September. Well, joining me now is Johan Lundgren. He's the Chief Executive of EasyJet. Johan, very good morning to you. England's obviously just lifted its travel test requirements for the vaccinated. What sort of impact did that have on your bookings?
Well, we saw, first of all, a significant impact when the first set of restrictions were removed then on the 5th of January. And then we saw an additional boost in sales also here when they removed the last piece of the testing here earlier in the week as well. And this is something now that we're seeing really across Europe as well for those countries. And it isn't by all means every country in Europe, but there are some countries who have had testing requirements in place also, but those are now being removed. Italy removed just now, we found out, also for people that are vaccinated coming in. And EU, as of yesterday, recommended all its member states to remove any restriction for vaccinated passengers here from 1st of February. So I really hope now that testing on travel should be a thing of the past.
Looking at what you're doing with capacity levels, it's clear that by the peak summer months, you are expecting demand to be back to 2019 pre-pandemic levels.
Yes, exactly. And actually, we've been seeing that really already throughout the pandemic, we've had certain routes and certain bases that has operated back to 2019 levels, which gives you evidence to say that, look, there is definitely a demand to travel. What's been holding this back throughout the pandemic is clearly all these restrictions that's been in place. But the quarter we're in right now, our Q2, January to March, is really also a quarter where we are ramping up to make sure that we have enough of the capacity and the supply we think we're going to need to have for the summer. And as you said, the later part of the summer, we think we're going to be close back to 2019 levels of capacity.
How concerned are you right now about jet fuel prices with oil being at the level that it is? But particularly, how difficult is it going to be to claw back those higher costs when people are expecting a price war this summer?
Well, we're in a better place than many of our competitors because we have hedged at quite reasonable prices on the fuel for this financial year. There are some airlines out there that hasn't hedged at all, and of course that means that they have a big hit on the cost side as well. And that's the reason why you do this hedging, to make sure that you get some certainty of the price into the season that you are selling and trading in. But I think that in terms of pricing for the summer, it's still too early to tell what it will be, because we are not really quite sure about what is the exact amount of supply and capacity that competitors will put on. Airlines are in the process now of revealing that as they're publishing their programs for the summer. But I reckon that there will be about 10 to 15% less capacity on the routes that EasyJet is operating on. And now what we then have to look at is to say that, look, how much of that pent-up level of demand that we know is there is going to crystallize into the summer. And that will, of course, have an effect on the pricing then. But I reckon, and as always, when I'm looking through the pricing now for the summer, you can still make some fantastic and attractive deals. So my advice would be to book early, make sure you get that spot as well, because if you're coming into the summer and there will be a shortage of supply as well, you are going to see that in the late market prices could go up.
Now, British Airways is due to restart budget flights from Gatwick Airport in March under its Euroflyer banner. Are you particularly worried about competition from that direction?
Well, we're not complacent about any competitor that is out there. But if you're looking at Gatwick as an example, which is where they will start this business, EasyJet is going to have a bigger program than we ever had before. We're going to have 79 planes operating from there, and if you take also into consideration the planes that we fly into Gatwick, it would equal some 90 planes. And just to put that in context, that's 79 planes. That is 16 more than we had prior to the pandemic. So we are going to be by far also the leading airline in Gatwick, and I expect that to continue.
Now, a number of the airports that you fly from, including Gatwick, including Schiphol in Amsterdam, are looking to raise their charges. How are negotiations going on that front?
Yes, you're absolutely right, but there's a very mixed picture on that. I mean, one of the things that we've been doing very proactively at EasyJet is to really looking how we can optimize the network, and that means that we go out also to airports who are clearly also, just like airlines, very much in need of the recovery to happen. And what you can do is then to offer supply and the capacity, and you can then in some cases also negotiate good fares. Some fares or fees or charges from airports are regulated, so they are basically fixed through an inflationary mechanism that is in there. But like I said, the type of increases you've seen from certain airports, like you mentioned, Schiphol and Heathrow, that would not be common really across a number of the other airports which we are operating in.
Now, of course, you launched EasyJet Holidays just months before the pandemic began. It's been a difficult birth for the business. Is this the year that you see it gaining some traction? Yes,
EasyJet Holidays has really, performed well despite the circumstances that we've been in. I mean, really now for this summer, we sold over half the planned program, with yields also being very robust for ourselves. So it was and it is a great opportunity for us to really offer holidays which is based on the fantastic network that EasyJet has on leisure destination. And one of the things we're seeing and the trends we're seeing that clearly what is the most popular for this summer is really leisure and beach destinations. So of course that also benefits the performances at EasyJet Holidays.
All right, Johan, always good to talk to you. Appreciate you joining me today. Thank you. Some of the day's other business news stories for you now. And the Competition and Markets Authority has formally opened an investigation into the £7 billion takeover of the supermarket chain Morrisons by the US private equity firm Clayton, Dubilier and Rice. The competition watchdog said the investigation would focus on whether the takeover would reduce choice for consumers. It's inviting comments from interested parties with a view to giving a preliminary decision by the 24th of March. Well, CD&R, which is advised by the former Tesco chief executive Sir Terry Leahy, pipped rival Fortress Investments in an auction for Morrisons in October last year. The Mecca Bingo and Grosvenor Casinos operator Rank Group has returned to the black after its venues were allowed to reopen. An underlying pre-tax profit of £17.2 million for the 6 months to the end of December, compared with a loss of £48.3 million in the same period a year earlier. John O'Reilly, the chief executive, said that Grosvenor had enjoyed high customer demand in the absence of COVID-19 restrictions, and particularly when travel restrictions for tourists coming into the UK were largely removed in October last year. But he said Mecca had been harder hit as caution among older customers had hit visits to bingo halls, and particularly with rising Omicron case numbers in the run-up to Christmas. The ongoing boom in share trading has helped IG Group, the trading and investment platform, to record sales and profits. The company reported an 8% rise in pre-tax profits to £245.2 million for the 6 months to the end of November. But that actually represented a slowdown in the rate of growth as market volatility eased and clients traded less. Well, IG, which in June last year bought the US trading platform Tasty Trade, said the deal had helped lift its number of active clients by 42% to 320,400 worldwide. I can tell you the shares are currently ahead by some 5.25%. And TSB is back in the black, thanks partly to strong demand for mortgages. The lender, which is owned by Sabadell of Spain, reported a pre-tax profit of £157.5 million for 2021. That compared with a loss of £204.6 million during 2020. Well, TSB said it had enjoyed a record year for mortgages, where its lending rose by 46%, while results were also boosted by the absence of provisions to cover potential loan losses. Now, new figures out this morning show that UK car production plunged to its lowest level since 1956 last year. It's largely being put down to a shortage of semiconductors. Well, annual figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders show that annual car production fell by 6.7% to 859,575 units. That was down a third on pre-pandemic numbers from 2019. Well, one sign of promise was that the UK's electrified vehicle output surged. It was up by 29.6% and now accounted for more than a quarter of production. Well, factories turned out record numbers of battery electric vehicles, with volumes ahead by some 72%. Well, still to come here on Ian King Live. The US Federal Reserve keeps interest rates unchanged, but it warns a series of hikes could begin from March.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe. Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far.
And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable and trustworthy.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Listen to Aunties Mary, Lottie and Regina on the Family Enrichment Programme on Starr Radio UK. This and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Some people are wicked because don't make it your business going about revealing
people's secrets. Don't be a busybody.
And some people. Today's typical family is under pressure from various directions. Divorce is on the increase. More and more of the Afro-Caribbean youth are taking to crime, etc. The Family Enrichment Programme brings together a team of qualified experts to discuss and shed light on how we can make our families better and stronger. It is said the family can do without the society, but the society can't. Listen to the Family Enrichment Programme this and every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, your favourite Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Download our app in iTunes and the Google Play Store.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
Welcome to Led by the Spirit, myself, Reverend David Peterson, the youngest black Anglican priest in the UK to date. Come on, somebody. And the spiritual aide to the Prime Minister's advisor. Wow.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
tonight, you want to rise up on your feet with me. Say,
This is Starr Radio. Turn it on.
What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to welcome you this morning into another edition of Star Radio Morning Show. I love the background tune. I'll try my best to see if I can interpret it. And that is coming all the way from Belter Revival Choir, featuring Joe Metal. So wherever you are, welcome you once again to Star Radio Morning Show. My name is Frank Davis, and I'm going to be sitting in yet again for Archie, who's on and Paul on mission. Oh yes, we thank you, and I thank you, all of you, for tuning in to Star Radio this morning. Oh yes. We thank you, everyone, each and every one of you who has joined us this morning. By way of introduction, my name is Frank Davis. This is the morning show. We come your way every weekday between the hours of 10 to 1 o'clock. That is how the program is going to go this morning. We're going to start with weather update, a little bit of transport, and then a bit of music interlude in between. And then we'll start a news review from the UK over here, and we'll end up in Africa. For our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, I welcome you especially to this program. But do not forget, the whole day we're going to be filled. It's going to be filled with programs. At exactly 5 o'clock, we're going to be having also the Renew Show coming in. One of the best programs, Renew Show, that I urge you all to listen to. At exactly 7 o'clock, we're going to be having Bossman and the Property Hour team, who are going to tell you what to do about your property business. But until then, this is the morning show. We're going to be here at 1 o'clock where we draw the curtains down on this program. I'm going to be joined in between the program by Mr. Kodudake, who will be joining us. Olaomi might join us, but we're still working. Rather than missing a tight, having a bit of tight schedule this time around. But we're trying to work out so that when he comes back proper. But we might get him join us today. David, wherever you are, we say good morning to you. Dave West, good morning to you. I hope Jenny is doing very well. Tekachi Hammond, wherever you are, say good morning to you. Let's listen to the song, and we'll come quickly and go to the weather update. That's a beautiful morning, a beautiful song, a beautiful way to welcome you this morning. I love that. People enjoyed it. To be honest with you, I was sleeping this morning and I was singing this song in my head, singing it all over again. I said, this one I need to play before it leaves my soul. KB Bossman, wherever you are, say good morning to you. Princess, good morning to you. And Azuratu, wherever you are, say good morning to you. To be honest with you, listeners, I'm going to tell you a story about this lady one of these days. She was my savior. She was an angel that was sent. to rescue me from a situation. And sometimes you never know where God will send someone from. This was a lady I knew from nowhere. We met, and I was in a very, very tight corner, difficult, not monetary terms, but to do something. I tell you what, she came surprisingly as an angel. Apparently and surprisingly, we arrived in the UK back, and guess what? She lives close to us. She's just incredible, and I promise her, Azratu, I'm going to be meeting you one of these days, because you were a savior, you were an angel. And listeners, one day I'll narrate my story to you. Never know what you need. A needle, you might even need a needle one day. So look, let's humble ourselves whilst we walk, whilst we carry ourselves. We shouldn't rule anyone out. But Azratu, wherever you are, I wish you a special good morning and a blessing for the whole day today. You were my savior, and I'll keep on saying, if there were angels on this planet, or if there are angels on this planet, you were one of them. And thank you very much for the rescue mission you brought my way. Anyway, let's go straight to the weather update. And let's see what is happening. Today the temperatures over here, I mean, where we are, we're looking at about 11 as currently. We're looking at 11 currently, but it's going to go down. Turning dry and brighter in south this afternoon. Blustery showers in the far north. So that's the general overview. Let's look at this afternoon. The far south of England will see some thick cloud at first, but this will soon clear. Elsewhere, we'll have a mix of sunshine, patchy clouds, and a few showers. The south in Scotland. Let me use that opportunity, having arrived at Scotland, to say special good morning to brother Felix, all the way in Aberdeen. Felix, we wish you a blessed day, and may the Lord be with you. Tonight will be largely clear for most of UK, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and western parts of Wales. We'll see thickening clouds moving in towards down a few showers for the northern. Well, that is the weather update from where we are. If you're in Ghana, some sunny spots. Now I say good morning to you. I know you join us. A special good morning to you as well. Solomon, all the way in Accra. You listen to us. That's Strategic Africa Insurance Brokers. We say good morning to you. Special good morning to you. For the team at Westel, Celta, the team at Celta, all the way at Jolo, I say good morning to you. Jane, I say special good morning to you. If you need a massage, and I tell you what, if you need a good touching of the body when you arrive in Ghana, I tell you what, contact me. I recommend you to one of the most exclusive, high class, top notch, good price, spa in Ghana. It's just beautiful, just close to Maximus in Jolo. Very beautiful. And if you want to sew, look, when I was coming back, interestingly, some people asked me to the Asia seamstress, those dressmakers, to bring me some stuff. I brought some to others, and they said no, this is not what we told this person. But that was this special lady, that brought some items to me, and each and every one that I brought, the people were so happy. So Jane, all the way so to him, I say also special good morning. Keep on doing the good work, and I tell you what, the people you send the items to loved it, and that's a testimony to the good work you're doing. Testimony to the good work you're doing. So that brings us to the end of our weather update. Francis Ghana, all the way in credit right here in the building. I say good morning to you as well. We cross over straight to transport update. The song, the music can wait. When we come back, we will bring you some music. But for now, let's go straight to our transport update. We start with London. And where is best to start? The underground, one of the most widely and popular, the most patronized transport network globally. Waterloo, we have planned closures. Northern, we have part closures and minor delays. We have on DR. But I have a comment to make on the London transport system. Yesterday, I actually Sorry about that, listeners. Sorry about that. Yesterday, I actually took the transport system, and we got somewhere. Let me just say, close. We couldn't continue, and I asked myself, look, for a few days that I've been taking, whether it's a bus, a train, I love the buses. I mean, you go and they tell you, oh, we're changing driver. Yes, that. But yesterday one was a bit of annoying. Like, you start from West Croydon, you go to New Cross Grade, you go somewhere and they say, hey, we are not going any longer. People who are going to hybrid, they now have to find out, how do we get there? If they had a meeting, basically they tell you, oh, go and take a bus alternative. The overground is closed. If you're gonna move from West Croydon to Highbury in Islington, and you're telling me to go and take a bus, you're looking at close to almost 2.5 to 3 hours. You should have alerted us to plan. But people jump on a train, hoping that they'll get there within an hour, and here we are. Transport for London, you need to sort yourself out. I know you're chasing us out of our cars. You do not want us to drive again, but hello, we're not going to be able to be enduring this mess. To be honest with you, it's not going to work. I'll go back to a car, and really by next year I'll go back to a car, because I can't. It's practically going to be very, very difficult, you know. So if you want us to, and you go to Woolwich, the ferry was also closed, right? So if you want us to, patronize the buses, which we will do, the public transport, and we will do, please, you're gonna sort it out, because there are people who can't move. You plan something, you get there, an hour journey takes you 3 hours, 4 hours, just because someone has decided or something has happened. Anyway, let's come back to the update. Bekalu Central City District, Hammersmith, all right down to the tram. They are in good service. So apart from the three DR, that Dockland Light Railway, minor delays, northern path closures, Waterloo, all the other lines from Bekalu right down to through Victoria, Metropolitan Piccadilly, all the way to the tram are all doing very well. Nothing to report. On the bus, nothing major to report at this very point in time. 10:47, nothing major to report. On the traffic, the usual suspect. We have a bit of closure on the North Circular, a bit of closure on SF 406, that's A406. We also have a bit of closures on South Circular. Central Landing Red routes, a bit of problem. Then Blackwater, a very, very serious delays. Blackwater, and that partially is again because the Woolwich ferry is shut. The only alternative here will be for it to go all the way back to Dartford tunnel, which prolong your journey by at least 45 minutes. A4 closures, A316 closures as well. So please, you need to check that out. We need to check that out if you move it. Hammersmith Bridge, we also still have a problem over there. Aldwych, we do have a bit of closures over there, and that will last until coming Saturday, and then we have a bit of ease over here. So if you're planning or moving around those areas, please try and add a bit of time, so that I don't get called out the way some of us did yesterday. Let's come back to the Woolwich, basically the river transport. Like we said, the Woolwich ferry is suspended. They call it a technical fault. They call it due to a technical fault. The city cruises RB1, RB2, RB4, all the way to RB6 Thames River services. They are in good service, on Emirates Cable Line in good service. That's for those of you who want to fly. On the national level, we do have special services on the following lines. That is Southwestern Railway, ScotRail, Northern Rail, East Midland Railway, Avanti, West Coast. All are running special services, which mean a bit of limited services being provided. The rest from the C2C, Chiltern Cross Country, all the way to London North Eastern Railway, Mersey Rail, Thamesmead, Transport for London, West Midland trains, Transport for Wales, every other train within the land is running very, very smoothly. So basically, that brings us to the end of our transport weather updates as well. Time check is exactly 49 minutes past the hour of for 49 minutes past the hour for 10, and let's go for a quick music break. And when we come back, we'll start looking at our news items starting from the UK here, and we'll end up in Africa. Before we come to the close of the program at exactly 1 o'clock. So let me get you some music. Let me get you some good music. I love a little bit of reggae, so let me see if I can get a bit of reggae for us. And I'm going to go for Africa Lock. I love things made in Africa, so let me go to Black Rasta and let's see if I can get a good tune for your listening pleasure this morning whilst we continue with our program. And it's a racist in uniform. Let's go for it. Black Rasta, wherever you are, say good morning to you. This is coming from the camp of Black Rasta and say racists in uniform. Racists in uniform.
Black people, they're shooting every day. Racist white man coming like a policeman. A black American, I weep and pray. Black thirsty racists in a police uniform. A black man a drop, a black man a pop, a boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. Another nigga flop, another nigga pop.
This your madness way I want make me cry, yo. This your truth, I tell you no lie, yo. In America, the black man a go die, yo. Them a fi run, learn how fi fly, yo. Police bullet only kill a black man. Be you a Kenyan or even Ghana man. Them not care, them just a want you dead man. Them not want no black man pan the land. Why you kill them each and every day? And to Jah I weep and pray. Free my people, them not no pray. Oh my black people, them are betrayed.
Black people, them shooting every day. Racist white man coming like a policeman. A black American, I weep and pray. Black thirsty racists in a police uniform. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. A black man a drop, a black man a pop. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. Another nigga flop, another nigga pop.
Up your roads, dams and skyscrapers, you desire nothing but to get rid of us with your racist police murderers. You suspect everything black, including your own shadows and Matthias. After bloodily murdering our great heroes, your thirst for blood is even more and running after their descendants. Time is longer than your racist ropes, and you will soon surrender. Black people, stay united and make your motto one job together. Let no racist put asunder. Ukuma pima, apimbeba, apimbeba.
Black people, they're shooting every day. Racist white man coming like a policeman. A black American, I weep and pray. Black thirsty racists in a police uniform. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. A black man a drop, a black man a pop. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. Another nigga flop, another nigga pop. Black people, they're shooting every day. Racist white man coming like a policeman. A black American, I weep and pray. Black thirsty racists in a police uniform. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. A black man a drop, a black man a pop. A boom, a rat-a-tat-a boom. Another nigga flop, another
guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome.
All right, welcome back to Star Radio Morning Show. Exactly at 7 o'clock, the property hour team will come your way, led by KB Bossman. They'll be coming your way. Before that, we're going to be having a renewed show. These are two very important programs on our network, and this morning, I'm going to urge you that you do not miss them this afternoon. We're going to be having on the property hour this evening the topic how to earn recurring income in property. How to earn recurring income in property, and we're going to be having as a guest Jack Daura, who is the founder Properties Entrepreneur Network, property investment mentor and entrepreneurship network with 1 million membership. That's going to be on this evening. On the Renew Show, the topic we're looking at today is going to build from scratch. Build from scratch, and this is the best time to start. Build from scratch, and that's going to be hosted by Miss Charlotte Odum. And today the special guest is going to be Clary Allet, who is a founder, fashion director, best online retailer winner award, and also a radio presenter. So those are the two main programs that will be coming your way this afternoon. You do not want to miss them. I urge you to tell a friend to be part of these awesome programs this afternoon. I cannot wait for them to be aired. All right, let's buzz on for our news items. Time check exactly is 11 o'clock. We start to a bit of a global trotting. Let's see what is happening. Wow, I kind of love this, but you know. Anyway, let me go and do a bit of mischief news first. Then this is mischief news. Melania Trump's auction item didn't do well, so we come to that. You remember her? She was the former president's wife, Donald Trump's wife, a model before meeting Trump, fashion glamour before meeting Trump. Well, her presidency, I don't see her. She didn't interfere that much. People didn't like a bit of clothing she's wearing. We have been told that she auctioned some items, but you know what? It was below standard. We'll go into that and find out exactly what happened, which items were on sale, why didn't they do well. We also have our Prince Andrew denied sexual abuse allegation and asked for jury trial. In a dramatic twist, this an incident has been going on having to do with a lady who claimed Prince Andrew actually has sexual relationship with her at the age of 17, when Prince Andrew should have known that she was a minor, that she was being flown from one location to another just to satisfy the sexual pleasures of Prince Andrew. He has denied it on countless occasions and say, hey, everything that is being said against me is false. Now, a few weeks ago, there was an attempt. I mean, he's been sued. He's been sued in a U.S. court. A few weeks ago, his lawyers tried setting the case aside, saying, look, there's no need for judges to even consider wasting time on it. Why? Because a few years ago, that 2015, the person who the lady claims was a kingpin, or the person who was benefiting from all this and trafficking women for sexual pleasures, actually agreed with the lady in a $500,000 arrangement that you do not go after anyone I've dealt with, anyone who was close to me. She agreed. She took that money. So why is she now coming back to sue some people? Well, people say, well, it's a money motivation, because you're looking at least if nothing at all, she's considering $5 million payout. Some people come to life. That's what they want to do. But hey, Prince has responded officially. His lawyers have responded, and yesterday actually told the court that, look, we're ready to fight on, but in this case, I want my side of the story to be told, to be heard, and to be heard in full, without any holdback, any reservation. As such, I am pleading with you, judges, to allow for a jury trial. Jury trial means that individuals of the public, members of the public who are not lawyers, will be empaneled and assembled to listen to the evidence that is being presented
or before them, and they'll be able to make an informed decision whether someone is guilty or not guilty. You will recall Jackson, our brother, who Michael Jackson was. The case that came after that, his case was also a judicial trial by jury. That is what he is requesting for. As to whether they're going to grant it is another thing that we do not know. So that is what is happening in the US as well. It's something that connects to this country, but it's happening in the US. Another brutal Supreme Court battle lies ahead. Why are they saying that? There's the Supreme Court, the US Supreme Court, as we speak today, has 9 judges. And these judges are very powerful. The way the US is, their decisions, basically become part of law. In every jurisdiction, yes, but US Supreme Court is so powerful. And more often than not, we do have, or it seems that because they hold on to certain views, the Republicans, very conservative, hold on to certain views. So you take an issue about gay rights, you take an issue about abortion rights, what a woman should do with their bodies and other things. The conservative believes life starts from the time of conception, and therefore when it comes to abortion law, it's a no to them. No. Right? Whilst the Democrats will basically waver and say, okay, well, women have that right, liberty, let's do whatever we can do with our body, provided science and everything embraces it. On the panel now, we have 9 judges, and of those 9 judges, we do have the conservatives that are 6, right? And then we do have Democrats that are 3. So when it comes to ideological issues, expect the Democrats to lose that. Okay, what is happening now? That one judge is going on retirement, which then presents an opportunity for a Democrat president who now occupies the White House to basically appoint someone that he thinks ideologically will be close to them. So Joe Biden's first High Court pick will create a moment of promise for a struggling administration, offers Senate Democrat a badly needed shot at unity, and could shatter another glass ceiling. That is what is being said. And we have been told that he might nominate a black woman for the first time, a black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. We're going to monitor that. We're going to keep our eyes closed on that. Because that will be another glass ceiling shattering moment. For the first time, a black woman will be nominated to the highest court of the land. And despite the narrowness of their Senate majority, it should be reasonably simple for Democrats to confirm a new justice swiftly without any Republican vote before they reach losing the chamber in the midterm election, with the schedule to happen. A drama-free Supreme Court process could enhance the tattered image of Congress, help a president West approval rating are tumbling, and do some good to tarnish reputation of the court. So basically, our fingers are crossing. We keep our fingers crossed that this is what is going to happen. That the first black woman Supreme Court judge in the U.S. history will be appointed by Biden. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed to that. Now let's come home over here and rush through a bit of news. Headlines as well. Care home restrictions to be eased in England as England continue to ease restrictions, coronavirus restrictions. A friend of mine sent me something yesterday, and I was like, "Are you sure of what you're saying?" And this was it. He says, "Look, we're going to get to a point where a lot of Africans, especially who are used to what in Ghana, I don't know how it's called in other countries, but people call it Qatar. That, look, the biggest fraud that might have ever has happened to this world could be that we marshal all efforts closing borders just to fight Qatar." And I told the person, no, I don't think coronavirus is Qatar. I've had it, and I don't think it's Qatar. So he said, no, when it comes to Ghana, when it comes to Africa, it's more of a Qatar. But interestingly, some people are dying. Qatar, does it kill people? Interestingly, in Africa, we are told that malaria has killed people last year than coronavirus. So, do we choose our battles depending on where we are located? Knowing that, yes, probably the virus will not be so devastating in our part of the world, although they predicted that it's going to wipe us out. But thank God, the weather has played in our favor. Should we concentrate on diseases, ailments, viruses, Ebola, and others that are threatening our own survival should they happen in our area, than trying to focus and follow the world trend, coronavirus? So let's all rush for coronavirus. Like a whistle had been blown, coronavirus, we are all moving there. Tomorrow is yellow fever, we are all moving there. Anyway, what's your thoughts? The lines will be open and you are able to join us. Let me go to another story. Care home restrictions to be eased. So let's look at that in a little bit of details. Okay, England, by 16th of February, care workers will be asked to take a lateral flow test before their shift, replacing the current system, which includes weekly asystematic PCR tests. Self-isolation periods will be reduced from 14 to 10 days for those who test positive, with further reduction if they test negative on days 5 and 6. Isolation period for those in care following an emergency hospital visit will be reduced from 14 days to 10 days, and requirement for testing or self-isolation normal visit out will be removed. The Department for Health and Social Care said the new measures would ensure there was still robust protection in place. Care Minister Gillian Keegan said the changes were thanks to the success of vaccine rollout and were backed by scientists. The government said 86.5% of all care home residents have now had their booster jabs. Good news for them. Good news for them. Congratulations to them, and we hope that. So, what are Plan B's? We know a lot of restrictions have been lifted. Italy, for instance, we understand a lot of restrictions are also gone. The EU wide, we understand a lot of restrictions are gone. Are we coming to the beginning? Are we seeing the beginning of the end of what will be described as a pandemic, and then we'll go to a point where the virus becomes endemic, and we're looking at things like flu, which Israel, we understand every 3 months you need a booster. So some people have even had their 4th booster jab, and it has to continue. For those of you who have not had your jabs yet and you really want to do it, please go get it done. Sister Gina Latte, I say good morning to you. A four and a fear. We have a four and we have a fear. All of you, special good morning to you. Masks are no longer compulsory in indoor public places, but some shops and public transport are still asking people to wear them. So the legal requirement that mandates and prohibits people from entering certain indoor places without a mask, that is gone. Guidance to work from home has ended. So basically, you cannot use that as an excuse that government has asked that you work from home. Every negotiation, whether you're going to work from home now, has to be between you and your work place or your place of work. COVID passes are no longer mandatory in nightclubs. Now you get to a point where before you enter a venue, you need to show proof that, look, you have been vaccinated. Apologies for that. And that was like a pass. And you need to show that, yes, you have been jabbed before you can enter. We are saying that all that has been scrapped. A limit on care home visit will end on Monday, 31st of January, and staff self-isolation period cut, among others. So basically, they limit the number of people who can visit their families, care homes, and other things. And so on Monday, that is also being given a boot. So basically, England seems to be poised to be positioning itself for basically a return to what they call normality. But that does not mean that the virus is gone. That does not mean that we are out of the wood completely. So we need to still continue to do what we do. Right? We need to continue to wear our mask. I continue to do it, and I'll urge each and every one to basically do that. Anyway, let's continue with our news items that have, yesterday there was drama, a lot of drama at Parliament, Houses of Commons. Up to now, we still do not have the report yet. The report that was supposed to be a make or break moment yesterday, unfortunately, we did not have the report published yesterday. But we're still waiting to see what will happen if they will publish it. But one thing that we do know is that the Prime Minister has given commitment that he will publish the report in full. So let's hope that the report is published in full. Man killed while stabbing ex was wanted by the police. Let's see what is saying. I don't understand this. An arrest warrant had been issued at the start for a man when he was hit by the driver of a car who was apparently trying to stop him stabbing his ex-wife. That's an interesting one. So Leon, 41, was run over after killing Yasmin Kafi, 43, in Medeville, which is just landed on Monday. The warrant saying he should be held without bail was issued weeks ago after he failed to appear in court. Now, he was accused of breaching an interim stalking protection order. Basically, I do not understand what happens. It's never happened to me before, and I don't wish to get involved in that you dedicate time stalking someone. Hello, don't you have anything doing? If it's finished, it's finished. If the relationship is over, it's over. Why stalk someone? Right? You had an opportunity to have a go at it. It didn't work. So what is all this? Look, I pray and hope he's arrested. That's all I can say. I pray and hope he's arrested, because you can't go and just take the life of someone just because, yes, you were in love with them. They agreed to love you. What did you? Were you giving birth? When you were giving birth, did they tell you this is a lady you have to be for the rest of your life? Don't they have a brain of their own to make their informed decisions? Why do you have to stalk them to the point of stabbing and murdering them? I think that is a no-no. A teenager who developed Tourette syndrome in lockdown was forced to pay for a diagnosis after months of trying to get help through NHS. A 16-year-old from Bradford began to get physical twitches such as neck jerks before vocal tics appeared. Mama said her attempt to get help felt like banging your head against a wall, and they ended up seeing a consultant privately. The government said it had increased funding for mental health services. Eddie said her symptoms had escalated to a point where she could have an overload. That's a problem we do have now in the system. We do not. The hospitals are overwhelmed. That's what we are told. The hospitals are overwhelmed, and the doctors are also trying their best. But let's hope that the government is able to give them more money, and probably that will help them to work for longer hours, and that will result in them attending to more patients. And if that happens, good news will be for all of us. So let's hope that they're able to do something about it. But for now, it's going to be very difficult. Now, Downing Street, Boris Johnson vows to fight on as MPs await Sew's report. So Boris Johnson has vowed to basically fight on. It doesn't matter the mud that is thrown at him. It doesn't matter how difficult the terrain, the leadership terrain has become. It doesn't matter how many of his own are saying no. He said, look, I am going to find out through the stormy period, and he's not going anywhere. But people are still waiting. There are processes. It is not entirely up to him to decide whether he's staying or not. A lot will also depend on his party members, especially the backbenchers. The fear has been, look, there is a man who garnered the largest vote in terms of percentages, and again, the number of MPs, 80 majority for the Conservatives. So you look at, look, this is a man who did that a few years ago. Now you're going to ask him to go, who is coming again? Will he attract a cross section of voters like Boris did to be able to vote for him and give him that stunning majority that he now has in Parliament? That is a question that is bothering a lot of people's minds. Others are also saying, oh, you know what? He's now becoming an electoral liability because his credibility has tumbled as a direct result of his actions and conduct within the last few weeks, and especially during this period of lockdown, coronavirus. Yes, he's done some great things. He helped steer the economy out of the worst scenarios. The bounce back loans were severe to a lot of people, kept a lot of industries going in. But for that, a lot of businesses, more than we witness would have gone down. So credit to him for that. Past that level, though, people just want to look at personally what he's been up to, and the indications are that whereas he's giving out laws to follow, he and his colleagues, cronies, were doing something different. That issue is subject for criminal investigation by the police, and under any circumstance, if it is, let's say, myself that is being investigated over here, I'll be forced to step aside to make way for public or basically thorough police inquiry. But Johnson say no, the police can go ahead, but I'm not going away. I am staying on. The question is, are you going to interfere with them or not? No, we still have political power. So those are the issues. Those are the issues that we're looking at when it comes to Boris Johnson and the UK. I don't know how they're going to resolve it, but we'll have to just wait for the report. And we do believe that the report yesterday was supposed to be out. It wasn't published. So any moment from now, you never can tell whether it was the Prime Minister who is delaying it, because don't not forget, he must see the report first, and he can then opt to either publish it, one, to publish partially, or to publish in full. We know in Parliament yesterday, he indicated that no, I will publish the report in full. Now, when the report is brought to you, you also have right to be able to look at the report, and any inaccuracies over there that you think will impact on you, you are able to have a look at it and question it and ask to it for further explanation. If that is what is happening, because the report centers around him and his special aides and those who were close to him at the seat of government, what they were doing during the pandemic, when they were compelling and telling all of us, stay home, stay home. I mean, let's assume it comes out that, look, upon all this vaccination, turns out that most of the ministers, let's say Boris Johnson, health minister, let's assume that it comes out that, look, these guys were a joke. Excuse my language, that for explanation sake. That these guys were a joke. That whereas they were pushing us to have the vaccine, this guy refused to have the vaccine. I mean, how will you feel? How will you feel? Betrayed? I don't know, but I know I'll be upset and be angry with it. Anyway, baby born at 23 weeks gets home for first time. Where we leave that. Teenager forced to pay for. Okay, we will do that. We will look at that a bit later. Okay, so we have small period changes after COVID jab seems to be short-lived. or small changes to period can follow a COVID vaccine, but the quick return to normal, a leading UK expert has said. Dr. Valerie Mill from Imperial College called studies from the US and Norway which tracked women's cycles reassuring, and she blamed misinformation for fueling concerns over infertility. The UK regulator says there is no evidence COVID vaccines affects their ability to have children. The Medicines and Health Products Regulation Agency has received more than 37,000 reports of unexpected vaginal bleeding, heavier and delayed period after COVID jab. Well, I know there have been, because a friend of mine who took the jab had a bit of women issue for 2 months. So there's a bit of truth in the concerns that are being raised. I do not think it would be a good idea to just be so dismissive of that. It has always said that there's no evidence of a link to the vaccine because women's cycles vary naturally, but scientists call for more research, and I welcome that. The scientists call for more research. I don't think we should write it off completely. From what I know, I think there's a genuine case for it to be looked at again. Time check from our studio is exactly 11:22, and we're going to go for a quick music and a commercial break. Let's go for a commercial break. When we return, we'll take our music and then we'll proceed with our news item. My name is Frank Davis once again, and let's go for a quick commercial break.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Jah arise and let all the enemies scatter. All them ones we hide under religion and make the people them drink some little dirty bitter gin. Run them out, Jaja, Jaja, Jaja.
In my land, blood just a spilling. No for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sundays and forest. The pretty girls, so Rasta man a begging. In my land, blood just a spilling. No
no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging.
Some people say that they do it in the name of Islam, and the vast majority say they are just atheists on the land. Others say these guys are anything apart from Christian. The rest sit back with a shock and say they are only pagan. Whatever you claim you are, bring back the peace plan. Free up the innocent girls from the Sambisa forest so they can again see the sun. Remember that nobody lives forever, father or son. And there is judgment after that for both man and woman.
In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging.
All you dirty politicians parading as saviors and crying crocodile tears. For how long can you keep on feeding your dirty vampire bellies with innocent blood, months or years? The evil that you do will certainly find you wherever you are, on earth or on Mars. Free up the peace in Palestine and Israel, and let the people live and unite outside your political prison bars. When you finish murdering everyone in cold blood, will you be glad to rule over the trees and the animals?
Fire, 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 fire. Bring on the water, make it quenching. Wow, 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 them are warring. Bring on the peace, make it quenching. Fire, 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 fire. Bring on the water, make it quenching. Wow, 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 them are war, them are war. Bring on the peace, make it quenching. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, oh Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, oh Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty girls, so Rastaman are begging. In my land, blood.
That's a powerful tune. That's a powerful tune. Again, from
Hi everyone,
Black Rasta, and I'm going to tell you one thing about the song. I love that music, that piece of music, because the message in there for me is so powerful, and I dedicate it to our brothers and sisters in Nigeria who have lost loved ones to kidnappers, and especially the Boko Haram and other hoodlums who go around kidnapping young girls, especially in school of school-going age, into forests, abusing them. And that's what the song is saying. It's appealing to them that, look, please bring our girls back from the Zambezi forest or wherever you're keeping them. The Rasta men are begging. Basically, our queens, our empresses, our beautiful women that have been kidnapped, a lot of them, we don't know when they're coming back. being subjected to all kind of abuse. Their parents needs them. Mother Africa needs them. So that's what the song is about. It says Zambezi Forest. I urge you, wherever you are, try and look for it. It's by Black Rasta. I love it. I love it. So please, if you know of a kidnapper, tell them Rasta man said we pleading with them. They should bring back and they should stop kidnapping our innocent, beautiful young women. They are the future of the continent, and we do not want to be losing them. So please, whoever they are, bring our queens, our ladies back to us. Wow. Let me go for the last story from the UK over here, then we'll head out to other part of the world. Matela is a specialist paramedic who has worked throughout the pandemic, treating elderly and vulnerable people in their homes. Treating elderly and vulnerable people. He hasn't had a COVID-19 vaccination and says he's prepared to lose his job over it. Okay, here's the case. We still do have this threat to sack almost 80,000. We are being told around 80,000. Yes, 80,000 NHS staff in England who have still not vaccinated. Okay, we are being told that huge number of NHS staff are still not vaccinated. We recall a few weeks ago when the health minister visited a hospital and one doctor told him point blankly that why do you want to push everybody? He said, look, I've had COVID, I've recovered from it. I believe I do have enough, antibodies to fight everything. And besides, I'm a risk unto myself, not unto others. So why are you trying to force me to vaccinate or lose my job? Here we are, Mr. Taylor, who is 42, who actually works in the primary care at Cambria, and says he feels like NHS staff are being used as political pawns. He says, look, I'm prepared to lose my job over being forced to vaccinate. In my view, the threats do not deliver results. The best thing we should do probably is to continuously convince people who have not vaccinated to go and take their job. We also understand there's a good number of police officers who also have not taken. We have a paramedic for South East Coast Ambulance who said he has also received an email about mandatory vaccination deadline. He said he's also prepared to lose his job. They are put up unless you are exempt for critical. If you haven't had your first job by 3rd of February, which is next week, you will be redeployed or lose your job. And he says there are 6 to 10 staff at his ambulance station in the same situation. I cannot treat any one of my patients without their consent, yet they are asking me to go get vaccination against my will, he says. So we have is it a hypocritical oath or whatever they call it? Doctors, nurses, sister, please help me out. I don't know the oath that you take, but we know when you go treating someone goes to hospital, whatever you're going to do, you can't give them treatment without their consent or their family members' consent. Right? That is something that is a long established thing within the medical field. But here we are being told that people should go and take vaccines compulsorily, especially workers. I'm waiting to see what is going to happen next week when a lot of them says no, we're not going to do that. We're prepared to lose our jobs over it, and let's see how the NHS is going to cope. We urge you, go take your vaccines, continue to take your vaccines, but will I support a mandatory vaccination? To be honest with you, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think we want to do that. Let me take my last story over here, and I love this story because of its implication for other historical events that often gets ignored or probably not be given the needed or the kind of attention that we've seen and respect being accorded to certain events that historical that has historical implication. Let me do a bit of disclaimer here. I am not in a way trying to say that one event is more important than the other. Neither am I trying to, am I veering into a corner situation where I want to then begin to become a judge on which people suffered pain more than the others. No, I haven't said that. Now, this New Testament says Holocaust Memorial Day, 7 survivors get royal portraits. Now, Mr. Godfrey is one of the 7 Holocaust survivors to have their portrait put on public display in Buckingham Palace. The 91-year-old moved to Britain after World War II and managed to graduate from university with a degree in electronics. The paintings are a memorial to 6 million Jewish people who died in the Holocaust. Events will take place around the UK and the world to mark Holocaust Memorial Day on the 27th, which is today. Video presented by Danny Staff, and so there's a video about it. Okay, so this is it. That memorials are now being, painted in places that will leave a lasting legacy on our memories. The whole world today is coming together to remember the Memorial Day and say never should it happen to any race or anyone for that matter as a direct result of their tribe, race, ethnicity, or whatever. Never should it happen again. May I also remind you that not too long ago we have something similar happening in Myanmar, right? The Rohingya Muslims, a lot of them died. Yes, the number might not be 6 million, but a lot of them died. Are we giving the same attention to such events? And hello, the mother of all barbaric treatment of a race was the Atlantic slave trade. That happened. Hello, yes. In my view, I might be right, I might be wrong. It's one of the most inhumane, right, that a human race can ever or has been subjected to in the history of mankind, as far as I know. I stand to be corrected. But you see, have we had the needed attention by the perpetrators of this crime against black people? And are we going to get to a point where we see, or will this mark the beginning? Because we know Black History Month is coming in October. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to draw attention of those who matters more, the pushers of our economy, the movers and shakers of this economy. They make decisions from behind the scene, and those decisions are implemented on us fully, without exception. Right? So the question I'm asking, simple, is this. When are we going to be given the same needed publicity, the same needed attention, and especially not by our own black people who have tried doing a lot to be able to drum home what actually happened, right? But I'm talking about people who did it, the descendants of the slave masters, acknowledging fully and actively doing enough to keep it on the memories of their children. Because sometimes the comments you hear from them is as though they have no clue of our historical past, right? I'm not blaming any problem, any challenge on them, but I'm structurally, it affected us. We're not going to deny that. Right? We're not going to deny that. The generational wealth that should have been passed on were truncated. So you hear of, let's say, the Rothschilds, who tell you their history, right? How in so many years we did have their parents starting a business, a small business. Sainsbury's, they'll tell you about their story. All right? The issue over here is that, but for the slave trade, I do believe some people would have also produced Rothschilds, because these were generational wealth. I mean, or do they got their generational wealth mostly from slave trade and others? I'm not saying there were no tribal wars and therefore a miniature of what you can call slavery that was going on within our continent, but the scale at which it landed on our shore with the coming contact with Europeans, for me, is something that they're gonna look at carefully. If not, we're gonna keep on talking about it until they hear us, because it cannot be right. It cannot be right. But I wish him all the best. I mean, he's been recognized, and I wish him all the best. I am not saying they should not be recognized, but I'm just asking for a fair deal for each and everyone involved. U.S. rejects Russian demand for buy Ukraine from NATO. We know one serious demand Putin or Russia has put out there to stop whatever they call escalating is to tell people that, look, guarantee that Ukraine will never become a member of NATO. Well, do not forget, what is NATO? NATO is just a coalition of countries who form military alliances, and the kind of power they hold, the world is such enormous, huge, right? And this security issue, Russia is saying, look, I do not want you over my shoulder. I don't want you looking over my shoulders. Not at all. Right? The US is saying no. So Secretary of State Antony Blinken was giving Russia a formal response to its demands to resolve the Ukraine crisis. Mr. Blinken gave no concession but said that he was offering Russia a serious diplomatic path forward should Russia choose it. Russia Foreign Minister Mr. Lavrov said President Vladimir Putin would now assess Mr. Blinken's response. While the document delivered by the US in coordination with the NATO military alliance does not address Russia's main concern about the alliance expansion, Mr. Lavrov said it gives hope for the start of a serious conversation on secondary questions. The spokesperson meanwhile told reporters in Russia that Russia would rush into assessment, saying it will take time to analyze the response. So basically a written response to written questions that were dispatched to the Russians, to the US by the Russians. That is also coming, and we're going to be looking at that a bit of later on. Let me get a sip of water and then we will proceed with our discussions. Russia had issued a written list of its concern about the expansion of NATO and related security issues. Among them was demand for NATO to rule out the possibility of Ukraine and others ever joining the alliances. In recent weeks, Russia has been amassing large. Okay, so basically, let's wait. Probably by tomorrow, we'll get to know the detailed response. But one thing we do know is that He said, no, we cannot guarantee that Ukraine, which is a sovereign country, will never or will not be allowed to join NATO. We're not going to make those guarantees. No. So that's exactly what we're looking at. Again, let's cross over straight to Europe. And let's stay with Europe. Catalonia pardons women executed for witchcraft. This also happened this was historic. These are historic events, but it's again the Catalonia regional parliament has formally pardoned hundreds of women executed for witchcraft between the 15th and the 18th century. So these are historical. So what is happening today in Gambaga witchcraft, Trokosi, and other things has happened in the past. Yeah, it happened in the past. And we are told that between the 15th and the 18th century, a lot of this did happen. And they're saying about 700 women who were tortured and put to death. So they've pardoned them post-mortem. But anyway, we just have to learn that, look, years ago, these barbaric practices were ongoing. Wherever it is still existing, and I know even my own country, Ghana, they still do part of it. We must, get to the bottom of it and then deal with once and for all. It doesn't work. It's just a way of men domination, and a way of suppressing the already innocent. They might not be innocent, but vulnerable women in our community. I do not think that is the right thing to do. Whatever they do, it's a lifestyle they've chosen. We do not have to go and put them to death like the way the story is saying was done in the past and still being done in part of Africa. It's unfortunate, but hey, I saw the images. The story is a very interesting one, because one would think that these things are just preserves or things that did not happen in other parts of the world. We know even in London here, we know what happened at the Tower Bridge. A lot of people were executed. The chief, a woman, was again publicly executed on orders of a king. But those things, we've moved from that, and we pray that our brothers and sisters in Africa who are listening or who followed some of these developments who know that, look, some people did in the past, it didn't help them, they've moved away from it. It's an opportunity. We do not have to continue doing this for the next century, but we can say to ourselves, look, it does not work, it doesn't help, these are part of our community, and we do not have to treat them the way we have been treating them. It's sad anytime I hear women being treated that way. It doesn't work, it doesn't help. Anyway, that brings me to the last story from Europe. Now, scientists find spooky object in Milky Way. Now let's see, that is coming from Australia, and I think let's read it quick. Australian scientists say they have discovered an unknown spinning object in the Milky Way that they claim is unlike anything seen before. The object, first discovered by a university student, has been observed to release a huge burst of radio energy for a full minute every 18 minutes. So every 18 minutes it releases this energy. Objects that pulse energy in the universe are often documented, but researchers say something that turns on for a minute is highly unusual. The team is working to understand more. The object was first discovered by Curtin University honours student Tyrone in a region of Western Australia known as the Murchison Whitefield Array. Using a telescope, a new technique he had developed. So basically, he's making waves in the history. Now, he was part of a team led by astrophysicist Dr. Natasha from the University of the International Center for Radio Astronomy Research. It was appearing and disappearing over a few hours during our observation. She was quoted as saying in media that was completely unexpected. It was kind of a spooky for an astronomer because there's nothing known in the sky that does that. Objects that turn on and off in the universe are not new to astronauts. They call them transients. So basically, but objects that turn on for a full minute was really weird. So basically, let's hope that we'll be able to understand further what is happening over here. So at the frontiers of knowledge, of understanding our universe, and a continuous study of our planets, the planetary systems will be enhanced by this discovery. I do hope that they share more light on it in the next few and coming days. Yep, so that brings us to the end of our news coverage both in Europe and Australia. When we return, we will cross over straight to Latin America and the US, and then we'll be heading towards the beautiful continent of Africa. Let me bring you another powerful tune, and then we will continue our business. This is Tears Keep Falling. Tears Keep Falling. Enjoy it. I'll be right back.
From the depth of my heart, I shoot a cupid arrow to your soul. On the mighty throne of my love you sat. Now you say you want left me so. Remember, old friends are the best. Just as the whole broom sweeps every corner better. Baby, you were my bra and I was your verse. Now you say what God put together you want scatter. Sure.
Tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving with another. Welcome. Things that we've done together, I'll always remember. Do you with another, baby? I've done everything no one can do, baby. I said every word no one can say.
Come on.
Plans that we made have gone astray, girl. I'm missing you from day to day.
Come on. Ba-da-bam, 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 bam, 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 ba-da-bam, 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 bam, bam, ba-da-bam, 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 bam, 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 ba-da-bam, 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 bam, bam.
Tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving with another. Things that we've done together, I'll always remember.
Every time.
I'll do you with another.
Let's forget the fighting and the quarrel and the war. Come me quick kiss and a hug and a paw. You are my world, my life, I never lie. I am so sorry. You are my baby. Don't you leave me. I will go crazy. Come on, let's forget the fighting and the quarrel and the war. Come make we kiss and a hug and a paw. You are my world, my life, I never lie, no. I never lie, no.
Tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving with another.
Oh, baby.
Things that we've done together, I'll always remember.
Every time.
I'll do you with another. Tears from my eyes keep on falling, 'cause you are leaving with another. Things that we've done together, I'll always remember. I'll do you with another, baby. Tears from my eyes.
BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business, but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
On a hill far away.
Listening to Reverend David Peterson.
Welcome to Led by the Spirit. Myself, Reverend David Peterson, the youngest black Anglican priest in the UK to date. Come on, somebody. And the spiritual aide to the Prime Minister's advisor. Wow.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Right, welcome back from that commercial break, and exactly the time check is exactly 3 minutes past the hour of 12 midday, which means we got barely an hour to go, and we're going to cross straight from we've touched on a few stories from the US, so we'll concentrate on the Middle East and then jump into Africa. I was going to bring him something, but a news item, but I want to check something more before I look at something coming up from the UK front, but I will hold on to that and then we'll come back to it. I'll hold on to that and we will come back to it. Jordan says he killed 27 drug smugglers from Syria. Let's look at that. That is coming from Middle East. Now, the Jordanian army said it has killed 27 smugglers who attempted to cross into the kingdom from Syria under the cover of heavy snow. That the smugglers were backed by armed groups, a statement said, adding that some fled back to Syria territory. Troops searched the areas where the clashes took place and found large quantities of narcotics. The army vowed to strike with an iron fist at any smuggling or infiltration that threatened national security. He said troops had applied new rules of engagement that were introduced after an army officer was killed in a shootout with smugglers on the border on the 17th of January. The new rules were also set to reflect growing concern about recent surge in the smuggling of drugs from Syria, mostly tablets bearing the what they call it, basically tablets. I mean, I don't know how they get them, how they manufacture them. Anyway, the Captagon is reportedly one of the most popular drugs among affluent youths in the Middle East, particularly in the Gulf Arab states. It has been consumed by combatants in the civil war in Syria, who say it deems fear on the battlefield. Most of the drug sales in the region is reported to have originated in Syria and Lebanon. Jordanian officials have blamed Lebanon militant Hezbollah movement and the Iran-backed militia operating in government-controlled parts of southern Syria for the surge in smuggling into the kingdom. Hezbollah has denied the accusation, calling it fabricated. The Syrian government has said it's doing its utmost to crack down on the production of the drug. So basically, it's produced in the country, and we have been told that, well, if that's what they're doing to protect their continent, why not? We wish them all the best. Kurdish-led forces retake Syria, jail, seize IS. Okay, this is an interesting thing because what is happening in Syria is an ending circus. The lines are open. If you'd like to join us, please do call our phone line 020-8133-2257. That is 020-8133-2257. But let's go on with a news review. We bring you highlights of what is happening elsewhere in the world. A Kurdish-led militia says it has regained full control of a prison in northeastern Syria seized by Islamic State. The last week we made mention of was it on Monday? Yes, it was on Monday. Myself and Archie and myself were looking at this issue about Syria, the conflict that was happening over there, and I think we're looking at it in relation to what was happening in the West Africa sub-region, how the militant rebel groups are taking control, and a little bit of that. Now, we understood that the IS military has broken into a jail and taken control over that, and that we know. If you look at Syria currently, there are three opposing forces. There's a rebel wing, and then there's a Kurdish wing, and then there's a government wing. Now, they're fighting each other. The Kurdish do not want the government, so they're fighting the government, they're fighting the ISIS. The ISIS also don't want the two, so they're fighting them. The government, yes, also. So basically, it's a three-way war that is ongoing in Syria. Here we are told that the jail that was taken over by Islamic State 6 days ago has actually been taken over. A spokesperson for the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces, that the Kurdish group, says they have taken over. Several hundred charged detainees were also trapped in the facility with them. At least 181 people have reportedly been killed in clashes since IS tried to stage a mass breakout on Thursday. They include 124 militants and inmates and 50 police. So the UK-based monitoring group reported, that was yesterday, that the SDF was mostly in control of the prison, but it warned that militants might still be hiding in cells and sections that had not been searched. The SDF is holding 12,000 men and teenage boys detained during the war against IS in overcrowded makeshift prison in northern and eastern areas of Syria. So basically, they are in control of the prison. I mean, it was taken over according to a news item and according to IS, and then they have gone to take it back. The IS wanted to free its own people, but was it the right way? Anyway, that's up to them. But that brings us again to the end of our stories coming from Middle East. We will now cross over to the glory land, the land of glory, the land of honey and milk, and a land of abundance of water, where its citizens still feel thirsty. That is the beautiful continent of Africa, the beautiful continent of Africa, and see what is happening there. Ousted Burkina Faso president is doing well. We're going to be looking at Ghana sack the coach after early exit, a return of military strongmen to West Africa. Malawi declares disaster zones amid deadly flood. Nigeria want unfair English test scrapped. Kenya tea pickers allowed to sue firm in Scotland. Uganda utter accused of insulting President freed. We're going to be going deep into some Zambia president criticized for frequent trips. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at that as well. If it's just a globe trotter, we will find out that. You know what? I think that's the best place to start from. So let's start. Zambia president Hichilema has come under attack from the opposition because of his frequent trips abroad. On Wednesday, he made his 9th foreign trip since taking office in August. His latest trip is a 2-day visit to South Africa for talks with his counterpart, as well as attending a book launch. Okay? But the opposition Socialist Party has questioned the trip after his meeting with Ramaphosa was described as a courtesy call. So what exactly, that's in quote, what exactly is the purpose of President trip to South Africa if the meeting with President Ramaphosa is only a by the way, is the meeting with Ramaphosa a mere cover for his private pursuit? Well, that is happening. The issue about travel, the issue about president, the issue about leaders telling us one thing and doing another is something that is a subject that we all have to discuss. But as we speak now, Tanzania is boiling, Zambia is boiling as a direct result of that. People are now calling him to quit. We know that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. Anyway, let's go to our very big and very productive, hard-working farmers. A Scottish judge has said he will allow hundreds of Kenyan farm workers to take legal action against one of the world's biggest tea producers. The workers are current and former employees of Finlay's, a multinational company which was founded in Scotland in 18th century. They claim conditions on Finlay's tea farms in Kenya damage their health and are suing for damage in the Court of Session in Edinburgh. Finlay opposed the action. The firm argued any claim should be dealt with by the courts in Kenya, and the action does not meet the requirement of Scotland's rule or group litigation. Well, that's a bit of tricky one. I see where they're coming from, because we know a lot of judges will do what they've been asked to do, and whether that is what is pushing them, they know they've done the wrong thing, but then they know if the case is tried in Kenyan's court, lesser sentences will be what will be, preferred against them. And if worse comes to worse, they know if worse comes to worse, they know they will have a bit of a way out of the situation. Is that what is pushing them to want to choose courts in Africa? But we thank the judge, we thank the Scottish judge who is pushing this. Let's hope that, fingers crossed, these people receive the needed relief from this. The injury claims that most of the claimants are former tea pickers who say they were injured while working on James Filling, that's Kenya Limited. A previous court hearing had heard the pickers claim they were routinely asked to work up to 12 hours a day without a break for 6 days a week, earning 2017 an average of monthly wage of 100 pound. So that is basically what they are saying. So that was injurious to their body, and that caused them a lot of health implications, and they are suing the international company for that. I don't know, but let's hope that we get somewhere, and right. The military in Burkina Faso, what are they saying? They are saying the outside president is in good health, so no one should worry about him. He's in good health. He's not being tortured. He's in good health. So let's hope that is what is happening. The Burkina Faso ousted President Kabore is doing well. A senior member of his party said this comes days after the military coup that was strongly condemned by the international community. The Kenyan is detained in a presidential village under house arrest. He is physically well and has a doctor at his disposal, according to senior members of the party. For several hours on Monday, the fate of the asset president remained unknown, with conflicting information circulating about an arrest, an infiltration, or even an assassination. Well, it's good to hear that he's well. Okay. Mozambique kills elephant over deaths of 2 people. We'll look at that pretty shortly. Elephants are suspected of killing 2 people in a district in central Mozambique province have been killed. The 2 are reported to have killed the victim at their homes. Well, so basically they went into their homes. The National Administration of Conservative Area said it carried out an investigation that identified the 2 animals as most likely to have killed the people. As a result of this investigation and analysis, and in view of the imminent danger for the inhabitants of the same locality, it was decided to take down the 2 elephants identified as problematic. Well, if you identify as problematic, your life, be ready to cut it short. So basically that is what is happening over there. Now we cross let me see. Right, let's push on with our stories. Nigeria want unfair English test scrap. Okay, this is an interesting one. So let me bring it to your. Nigerians sign petition to scrap English language test. Almost 50,000 Nigerians have signed a petition calling for an end to international English test that many see as unfair. The mostly young petitioners are discussing the international English test, a test of English language proficiency for a non-native English language speaking, which is mostly managed by British Council. The petitions argue that the English is Nigeria's official language and the first language of many people here. A legacy of British colonial rule. The territory should not be exempted from the test. $200 test has a 2-year. The $200 has a 2-year validity and is mandatory for those that want to study in the UK, parts of Europe and the US. Many people are wondering why the test expires after 2 years and consider it exploitative. I do agree. You test my knowledge of a language, and you're telling me that every 2 years you need to test whether I still can speak the language. Those are interesting times, isn't it? Those are interesting times. Anyway, but that is what is happening. But I like the way the Nigerians are actually acting on it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know, Ivory Club only signed for Dutch club Dutch football. For those of you who are interested, no access to public space for unvaccinated Rwandans. Well, that is what Rwanda is saying, that their foreign others are protecting their borders, at the same time trying to ease traffic, knowing that this to a large extent might be a host. We do have Rwanda and most African countries saying that, you know what, let's keep the country locked. Let's keep the country locked. So that is what is happening in Nigeria as well. That's what is happening in Nigeria as well. Let me go for a quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll proceed with our news. But I'm going to urge you to basically do me a favor. This advert is very important to me and to all of us at Starr Radio here. It talks about trading. That is Gabby Dave, gabbydave.com, gabbydave.com. Let's take the commercial, and we'll be right back after this commercial.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe. Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far.
Welcome back. So that's Gabby Dave, gabbydave.com. It's an e-commerce website. If you need African products, or assuming you are also considering selling an African product, to the international community. That is one website that you can actually go into and then create an account. A lot of you use Amazon and use other websites. There's a time to also patronize this. This also to patronize this, but the special is more on in African products, more in African products. So assuming you need something, whether from Ghana, whether from Nigeria, whether you need it from Kenya, Liberia, whichever African country you find yourself or you come from, yes, you can get products from your country. Assuming you also want to deal in business or begin to export things here from your country, yes, the opportunity again exists. You never can tell. You never can tell. You might have some unique products that you want to sell in this country. Please do get in touch with them. You can log on to the website www.gabidave.com. Please do that and come and tell us what you think. I know you will love it. I know you will love it. So do patronize what is happening on that platform, and then come and give out. I would like to speak to someone who has used the platform before to tell us their own experiences. I think that will help us a lot. We want to know more from those of you who have participated, and if you have not done it yet, go there, log in, participate, come back, tell us exactly what is happening over there, and I know that you get the products that you want over there. Right, now let's go to some news items quickly whilst we rush through the rest of Africa. Let's go. Red snow for blanket Jerusalem OCT. Oh, that is coming from our historical Morocco tourism worker protests against border closure. We look at that. Breast milk bank is saving babies in Uganda. We're going to look at that. Nigerian launches another COVID-19 vaccination drive. Burkina Faso junta tells us that minister not to leave country. Democratic Republic of Congo M23 rebel group resumes military activities. Malawi cleans up after storm devastation. Burkina Faso coup will not end security crisis, analyst says. And then Angola money laundering trial of tycoon Carlos Monet de Santos Vicente postponed, and pictures of the day. We all see it over there. So we'll go into details on with those news items pretty shortly. Now let's start with this Nigerian story. Two stories actually. The first, Nigeria launches another COVID-19 vaccination drive. Let's see what they are saying. Trucks of banners and speakers announcing the COVID-19 vaccine was free and safe visited various markets in the capital Abuja on Wednesday, followed by health workers in vans ready to vaccinate people. While Nigeria fears a new wave of COVID cases, mainly because of the spread of Omicron variant, authorities in the capital launched a new campaign with a mobile unit visiting different places to vaccinate people. COVID-19 vaccine protects you, your loved ones, and your community. That's what they are saying. At the beginning, I was very scared because I heard of the expired vaccine being given to people, but later I was informed that these vaccines were not the one we took, said Karen Jebrin, a trader at the market who received his second dose on Wednesday. Good luck to them and wish him all the best. With the Nigerian authorities, all the best in this push to get more people vaccinated. Let's go to Uganda straight. Let's go to Uganda. And over here, I'm interested in this story because of the ethical angle of it. I mean, a lot of people will argue against it, but in fact, I think it's one best thing that is happening. But for that, a lot of children probably might not be profiting and benefiting from what is happening now. Jenna has been donating her breast milk since June last year when she gave birth. With this bank, the neonatal intensive care unit at a hospital doesn't have to worry about availability of human breast milk for babies who need it to survive. Generic milk and that of many other donors can be stored safely for up to 6 months. The idea to have a mother breastfeed a baby that is not biologically theirs is not new, but in Uganda, human breast milk banking had never existed. As a donor, I am so excited about this initiative, and I am very proud to be saving babies' lives. There are certain babies who are out there, the preteen babies, whose mothers cannot give them sufficient milk. So if I save a life, it feels good to me, said Janet. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 10 babies is born too early every year. As experts forge solution to burden locally, the essential postnatal need remains human breast milk. I think it's something that I'm happy about. I've heard it, and I think it's something good, because at the end of the day, I've never given, but I've observed women with breast milk, and sometimes you see dripping down, and others. I still remember my mom, when my siblings were birthed. But at the end of the day, for this initiative, I think it's so good. It saves lives, and I'll urge all other countries to follow suit. And if you're a woman out there, it could be a project that you could start in your community. You are a nurse out there, you could approach a hospital, especially if this issue, you work in the world, you've seen women suffering, you've seen it occurring, that there are some babies who cannot get breast milk. If you can start a project in your area, please do. I think it's something wonderful that is happening, and we urge each and everyone who is involved to continue doing their best. I think it's something good. That I really I look at the story and I was like, wow, this is happening in Africa, and I like, yes, we know it exists, but for people who are donors to be so passionate about doing what they are doing is what actually is driving me, and we wish them all the best. They should continue, they should do what they're doing, and they should continue doing it. And we know very well that the support will also be there from the government to help them. Now, Morocco tourism workers protest against border closure. Let's say, which border are they protesting against? Which border are they protesting against? Which border are they protesting against? So, workers in Morocco vital tourist sector protested for the second time this month on Wednesday to denounce a 2-month border closure aimed at countering the Omicron variant of coronavirus. Nearly 200 travel industrial workers gathered in front of the tourism ministry in Rabat, where local media said other demonstration occurred in tourist centers of Agadir and Marrakesh. The North African countries suspended all passenger flights from 29th November until 31st of January as the highly infectious Omicron variant spread. So that's almost 2 months of border closure. The restriction have dealt a punishing blow to Morocco tourist sector, already suffering after 2 lost seasons because of the pandemic. The closure has struck us very hard because we have to cease operation once our expenses are still fixed. Yes, the tummy, for instance, is still fixed. You still gonna eat. So that one is a bit of an issue, and we just hope. Let's hope that they are able to do what they need to do. 31st is almost here, but authorities, if you can help them more, please do. If you can help them, please do. Please do help them. If you can, do help them, and let's see. Do help them, and let's see. Anyway, let's continue with our stories across the African country. We'll be wrapping up pretty shortly. We got 26 minutes more. We have a meeting to attend. We'll be now let's go back to Burkina Faso, which is a country that is making the headlines recently. It says what? Burkina Faso as their president is physically well and is being held by army in a villa. A source in the party said on Wednesday. Now, President Kabore is physically well, but I cannot say anything about his state of mind, said a source in Kabore's People's Movement for Progress Party. Kabore is still in the hands of the military, not in the military camp, but in a presidential villa, and a house arrest, the source said. So basically, we thank God that the insiders who are close to him in his party are still saying that his word is not only coming from the military. Now, a war that has ravaged on for years, a new attack attributed to the M23 movement, which also calls itself the Congolese Revolutionary Army, targeted the Congolese army posts that's on Tuesday, a few kilometers north of the town of Goma. Local sources and civil society said around 20 soldiers were killed in the fighting. Congolese armed forces confirmed the crowd, but not a high number of casualties. They confirmed, however, that a colonel was among the victims. Casualties were also recorded in rebel side, but there are no sources to confirm. I don't know how we will end. I don't know how we will end this fight. It's a bit of something that has been on for years, and I wish there was a way that we could just stop some of these wars. And it's very, very upsetting knowing that we continue to fight ourselves. The anointing over there is that their group of people, private jets lands in this Goma area, the trouble zones area, on a daily basis. And what do some of these private jets do? They cast away gold and other stuff. Mineral resources are the blunt side of a lot of people in the nation. But hey, this is what is going on over there. I don't know how we're going to deal with this. I don't know how we're going to deal with this, but I wish that we will be able to say that, look, you know what, we are Africans. Can we, solve this problem once and for all? We cannot continue to enjoy some of this or endure some of this barbaric, because we're killing ourselves. Others are milking us, making money out of whatever is going on. I do not think is right. I really do not think it's right at all. I do not think it's right. Let's see if we can come in and do something about it. Let's try and do something about it. If we can come in and do something about it, let's try and do something about it. I've just done something that I shouldn't have done, or I should have done probably, but no, I think that's wrong. That is wrong. But it's okay. Let's proceed with our story. 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 Okay. As well in Africa, we will continue that story. We'll take one commercial break after this story, and then we will come back and continue for Ghana. Malawi cleans up after storm. I still do hope that African leaders are considering going to extend a helping hand to our brothers and sisters in that part of the world. I do not think that we've done enough. Survivors on Wednesday recounted harrowing experiences of spending the night in flood water as Malawi rivers just swell and broke its bank. I do hope that our leaders across the Africa continent are going to try and do something to help our brothers, because most often when some of these things are happening, we do not show any sign. We do not go there to help. But this is what is happening. The people of Malawi are suffering. I do hope that the African Union, I don't know whether we should establish, yes, I do know we do have in country or different countries have their own. Different countries do have their own disaster management boards, but I do think as Africans we should be able to see if we are able to help our brothers and sisters when we are in need. But it seems not to be happening. It seems not to be happening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check. Time check is exactly 39 minutes per the hour of 12. We'll go for a quick commercial break, and when we resume, we'll proceed and finish our program. We'll concentrate on Ghana and then look at what is happening over there for the next the remaining 20 minutes. But do not forget, at exactly 5 o'clock today, we're going to be having the renewed show coming your way.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes.
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
On a hill far away.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
Welcome to Led by the Spirit. Myself, Reverend David Peterson, the youngest black Anglican priest in the UK to date. Come on, somebody. And the spiritual aide to the Prime Minister's advisor. Wow.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Right, welcome back. And the poster of the door-to-door word lamp shipping. I recommend them to you. They are a company I've used consistently, and they deliver. Without question. They deliver. So give them a call. If you're in the UK, it's 07939009321. That is 07939009321. Or you can call on 020-3733-2300. I take that again. That is 020-337-33-2300. Please do give them a call. They are a company I will recommend anytime, any day. I've personally used them, and I know how efficient, effective. That's one thing when you're dealing with people, communication. They're very effective at it, and we will recommend them anytime to anyone to use their services. I think the team over there are doing quite a good job. They're doing quite a good job. Now let's proceed with our news item. We'll proceed with our news item, and this time round we are arriving in Ghana. Where we are going to be bringing the curtains to a close. Our final stop, our final destination is Ghana. We're going to be looking at news that are making the headlines over there, and I bet you a lot of it is happening over there. So we're going to go straight to Ghana, and then we'll touch on a few stories. Archie will be here tomorrow morning at exactly 10 o'clock. Archie will be here exactly 10 o'clock tomorrow. But what is happening? Police pursue highway robbers at Bonsu. We have had the best cooperation from the minority in parliament. That is coming. More women patronize weaving in Bokatanga. What is trending today? We'll look at Pieti explosion. SEO of Minerals Commission applauds Ibrahim. We pay car snatching gang convicted. We're going to look at some of those stories. But let me take the first one. We have had the best cooperation from Parliament. I mean, there is, I don't know what is happening. The majority in Parliament are singing from two different hymn books. Okay? two different hymn books. 3 days ago, we had the minority, the majority chief whip, Arnold Dompre, making reckless comments, saying, look, there's likely to be a coup because of what is happening in Parliament. We had Chairman Sambos, who is the leader of government business, the majority leader in Parliament, coming to lambast the minority. Yesterday we had one gentleman who was crying during the campaign, begging people to give Akufo-Addo the second time, coming to tell people that, look, you can go to hell, we do not care. As Ghanaians, we are in government and we have a number one majority in Parliament, and we'll do whatever it takes to be able to pass the bill. It doesn't matter whatever you say. Those are comments that were coming from some of them. Interestingly, however, you then have another person from the majority in the person of Opinion Makin, who is saying, look, the member of parliament for a Futu constituency and deputy majority leader, Alexander Opinion Makin, has disclosed the majority in parliament has had a good working relationship with the minority side of the house. He said what the National Democratic Congress MPs have been seen doing in the house is exactly what is expected of them as an opposition. Speaking in an exclusive interview TV3, he said, we have had the best of cooperation from our colleagues. We are a political class with our ideology, and you should expect that we compete. The NDC minority, with all due respect, they have done that. They have done what they are supposed to do, because we have done several things by consensus. You should expect that on a very sensitive matters that we will disagree. My only problem with them was the brow, the fisticuffs that people were attacking. Apart from that, what do you expect opposition to do? Because 2024 is just around the corner. Basically, it makes more sense than even his leader. It makes more sense even the leader. But we're looking at the ideological differences between two political parties. You want to pass a bill that they think hurt the people they claim to be representing. What is the opposition there to do? They are supposed to oppose and offer alternatives if need be. And in this case, they've been offering alternatives. They've told you that, look, this bill, the way it is, the format it is being brought, is not going to work. Anyway, that's for e-levy. Breaking news. Boss blow 100,000 on Ideal Milk and Soda Water at according to a report. We were told of Christmas tree. We are also now being told that the bulk oil storage and distribution company has spent over 100,000 on buying Ideal Milk and Soda Water. We'll get into some of those stories probably tomorrow. We understand that the EC and his deputies, the chair of the Electoral Commission and his deputies, have gone to sue. They've sued the Attorney General. They've sued the Fix the Country group, who petitioned the president, and they've sued the Chief Justice, trying to bar him from attempting to look at the petition that was brought before them, calling for their sacking. You will recall this is a petition that before he left the presidency, some pages have been declared missing. Okay, some pages were declared missing. I took a petition, or people took a petition to the presidency. Before the petition could leave the presidency to a final destination with the desk of the Chief Justice, some pages were missing. Then these people held a press conference and said, no, we have been reliably informed and gracefully so. But Chief Justice, that some petitions, some pages of the petition were missing, and therefore he's given an opportunity to resubmit those pages. The EC say no, that media encounter itself is a breach of the Constitution that says that, look, petitions of this nature should be treated and dealt with strict confidence. But you know what? We're going to see what is happening, because we know that Charlotte Osei's case, there were media encounters. Well, someone say, well, Charlotte say did not exercise his right. He did not explore the constitution, and he should have gone to court to sue and stop, restrain the Chief Justice from actually looking into the petition. What is this about? We know the cardinal sin of the 8th Parliament is that a group of Ghanaians, a section of Ghanaians, Likpe, I went through that recently when I was in Ghana. Likpe, Lolobi, Santro Kofi, that area they call it Starr, which is Santro Kofi, Akpafu, Lolobi, and Likpe. On the day of voting, they voted for the president, all right, but they were not allowed to contribute to the voting that would have resulted in electing a parliamentarian. So basically, according to what we do have now, they are without an MP. There are a lot of things that are going on as a direct result of that. Every MP and each MP is given a percentage of common fund. This time, they're not going to have it. They don't have it, right? They're not going to be given because they do not have a representative. Secondly, we know the GET Fund, for instance, they do get something to support scholarship schemes, help schools, renovations and others. That area, again, is not going to have it. We do the NHIS fine contribution. They do get some to help in registering the most vulnerable people in their community. So we are being told that this group of people, they're not going to have some because why? They do not have a representation in Parliament. Now, the Feed the Country movement that are calling for a lot of things to be changed in Ghana, the convener, the group has gone to sue or has petitioned the president that, look, in accordance with the constitution, this is a grievous, sin that has been done. The cardinal sin, as someone will call it, has been done. Injustice that has been perpetrated against our people. Can we have the person who orchestrated such a thing leave the office? So that is a petition, but the EC has gone ahead and they are suing, and they say, look, you should not even look into that petition. Talk less thinking of calling us, talk less thinking of examining the situation. But we know all this, look, these are map-up strategies from the day the petition was. Why are we not asking, why is the police not investigating how come the pages of the petition, the relevant pages of the petition, how come they were missing? How come they were missing at the presidency? Who was in possession of those documents? Who forwarded those documents to the Chief Justice? And why did they take we should be able to have some answers, and criminal investigation should go into it, because that is an attempt to basically play with a democratic process, so to say, because the law makes room and allows for petitions to be brought before the president, which was done. So who actually took the pages out? But let's see how it plays out. Now, talk is cheap indeed, says Mahama. And this, on the last note, this is to jab basically Bawumia, who basically criticized, I don't know which word. He criticized non-stop, someone will say, when he was in opposition, offering alternatives to what government should be doing on a tax level, calling a tax nuisance taxes that when they come to power, they're not going to borrow, they're not going to tax. All they're going to do, they're going to use innovative means to be able to develop the country. As we know, Ghana is now one of the highest taxed countries in the sub-region. So Mahama is taking a swipe at that. Yes, talk is in this chip. When you were in opposition, you were by then the vice presidential candidate trying to help Akufo-Addo to take over power. You said all kind of things to a point where the late Mr. Atta was subject to a lot of barrage because you claim to have set 170 questions for him to answer. I dare say that you came to power and Bawumia has not answered even a single question that he said for people. This e-levy that we're talking about, He made a lot of noise about it, and as we speak, he has not actually lived up to expectation about on the I don't know, but hey, that is the situation we do have in Ghana, and Bawumia is now being laughed at. Yes, Bawumia is being laughed at. And the final story is about how social media has reacted to Stephen Amwa, a member of parliament for Nshenso. This was a man who was crying, begging people to vote for Akufo-Addo, but he now is now attracting a lot of backlash from a lot of social media users. Member for parliament for Nshenso, Dr. Stephen Amwa, has courted social media after he made comments to the effect that the majority group in parliament will pass the electronic transaction, that's e-levy, come what may. In an interview yesterday, the MP reiterates the need for e-levy and slams the majority. So here we see one MP slamming the majority, one MP from the same side, a president who are dodgingly opposed to it. These are the other guys. A lot of Ghanaians are opposed. It's no issue of majority. Joy FM did a poll, and I happen to have they asked how many people will show support for the e-levy. 93% oppose the levy. Today, as we speak, the KJTR women are speaking out against the e-levy. So it is not an issue of only the minority. So I don't know where he's coming from, and I don't know, but you know what? They have to sing the praises of the master, and hoping that they will be seen as backing whatever the master is doing, and give them a bit of a hands up, handshake. You're doing well. Listeners, time check is exactly 1 o'clock, and this is where we bring the program to a close. Thank you very much for being keeping us company. Tomorrow Achi will be here, but do not forget, this afternoon at exactly 5 o'clock we're going to be having the Renew show, and at 7 o'clock we're going to be having the Property Hour show. Until then, our DJs are going to be taking over, bringing the music that will lighten up your day and brighten up wherever you want to do, put a smile on your faces. So that's going to be happening between 9 and 5 o'clock. Myself, I'm out of here after this music. I received a message, and I'm going to play that. I hope you're doing very well in Russia. That is a request to replay that Zambiza music again by Black Rasta. So I'm going to take it once again. And if the music and this beautiful song here ends, you do not hear from me again. It's been me, Francine. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Let Jah arise and let all the enemies scatter. All them ones we hide under religion and make the people them drink some little dirty bitter gin. Run them out, Jaja, Jaja, Jaja.
In my land, no just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from some is a forest, the pretty girls, so Rasta man a begging. In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from some is a forest, the pretty girls, so Rasta man a begging.
Some people say that they do it in the name of Islam, and the vast majority say they are just atheists on the land. Others say these guys are anything apart from Christian. The rest sit back with a shock and say they are only pagan. Whatever you claim you are, bring back the peace plan. Free up the innocent girls from the Sambisa forest, so they can again see the sun. Remember that nobody lives forever, father or son, and there is judgment after that for both man and woman.
In my land, blood just a spilling, no for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sambisa forest, the pretty
girls, oh, Rasta man a begging. In my land, blood just a spilling. No for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from some this a forest. The pretty girls, oh, Rasta man a begging.
All you dirty politicians parading as saviors and crying crocodile tears. For how long can you keep on feeding your dirty vampire bellies with innocent blood, months or years? The evil that you do will certainly find you wherever you are, on earth or on Mars. Free up the peace in Palestine and Israel, and let the people live and unite outside your political prison bars. When you finish murdering everyone in cold blood, will you be glad to rule over the trees and the animals? Fire, 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 fire. Bring on the water, make it quenching. Wah, 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 them a warring. Bring on the peace, make it quenching. Fire, 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 fire. Bring on the water, make it quenching. Wah, 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 them a war, them a war. Bring on the peace, make it quenching. In my land, blood just a spilling. No for perishing, all of them are wailing. Bring back our girls from Sandis a forest. The pretty girls, oh, Rasta man a burning. In my land, blood just a spilling. No for perishing, all of them are